Welcome back, nerds. It's your guide, Key. Today we're going on a journey of a different sort. I just wanted to play around with some formatting and see if I could do some screen recording and voiceover here and practice doing that. And the subject of our practice is going to be... No, that's not right, is it? I'm the subject. The object of our practice is going to be the big summer Warhammer preview show. Here are all of the reveals in one place. Let's go! First up, the Hellsmiths of Hashut. I'm only going to cover the stuff I want to talk about, and this is something I think is interesting. It's a cool new range for Age of Sigmar, which I am generally a fan of, and I'm not a fan of Chaos Dwarfs, really, and this is not really a range for me, but I do think it is really neat. It's super cool. If you're a Chaos Dwarfs fan, I don't know how you don't like this, because these sculpts are pretty dope for what they are. There is another dwarf release that we'll talk about in a minute that I am excited for personally. But here we go, the War Despot. Just a couple of things to point out on this guy. Super cool veining on the rocks or whatever makes up his horns here. This neat little ring, just little details on the model, which again make AOS models 10 out of 10 every release. This dope blackened iron skull here. I mean, look at the drip on this dude. This pistol with whatever sort of demon energy here is locked into it. Yeah, this guy's a monster. Here are your line troops. Super cool. Swords, all different sorts of melee weapons. Gotta have the musician here with the hobgrot carrying the big gong. Incredible. Stubby swords for stubby soldiers. You've got males and females, I think, mixed in here. You've got plating, which is overlapped bottom over top, or top over bottom, or even diagonally here. I mean, spears, swords, maces. Give me all of it. The Tormentor Bombard here, a proper artillery piece, one with a 45-degree cannon, blasting folks with demonic energy that's being somehow just crammed in there like a coal chute on a train. Also, these incredible 20th century rockets on the Death Streaker rocket battery here. Really, really neat concept. I love the faceplate turned up on this little dwarf here hanging out. I guess I should call him a cruel artillerist, but that's what's going on here. Now this guy is interesting, and I may end up picking up this, not for AOS and not really for painting, but I just feel like this would be a really cool stand-in for Trench Crusade. You know what I'm talking about. Look at it. Yeah, really, really cool. This mohawk of flame coming off the back, the belly bursting with demonic flame. This one's, the head option's got the flames blowing out of the forehead. I mean, this is a really rad model. And I feel like it'd be relatively easy to get gooped up in a nice grimdark style pretty quickly. Someone's gonna do it. The rest of this range, just really cool looking. Look at this guy, spent a little too much time close to the forge. He's got some sort of hammer with a focusing crystal behind it. I mean, these little details that the AOS sculpting team puts in here are just magnificent. Even the flesh tones that the heavy metal team has got here, these warm yellows and grays, I think are just phenomenal. Yeah, between the AOS sculpting team and the heavy metal team, AOS just looks great every time. I love the hobgrots here. These are maybe the best hobgrots for AOS. Better than the Cruel Boy range, I think. Super, super neat. When I think of hobgrots, this is what I think of. Much more refined, militaristic. Much less ramshackle like the rest of the orcs. This is the other model that I don't really care for that much. I could see it being really neat. This kind of metal bull, a Gorgon from D&D, if you will. I really just don't care for it that much. I think it's kind of boring to have all this stuff one color, more or less. But I could see someone really loving this model. It's just not for me. I do really like the way that the heavy metal team has done these ashed up trees, though. I mean, that's good stuff. Well done. Let's move on. In no particular order, I'm picking up here on the new kill team announcement, the big box, this Tomb World kill team. This may be a get for me. I've tried to avoid the big kill team boxes as much as I can, but this one may be the thing that breaks me. First of all, I love the Death Watch Marine kits. I love these high gorgets on all of the models. Love the head variety. The variety of just poses you get out of it. I don't know that I care for them as a kill team broadly. I mean, it is cool for sure, and an opportunity to paint a bunch of different colors and different units. This Space Wolf guy, though, holy moly, I need that head. Straight up Sabretooth. Victor Creed right here. Gotta have it for my army. But yeah, this is a great Death Watch entry. Weird that they cut the Death Watch army, brought it back kind of through a PDF, and then give us this bombad Death Watch drop. Very strange. Geomancer. I do like the Necrons that are not very human-like. I feel like if you get trapped in a robot body, like, why stick to 2 arms and 2 legs? Why not do something wild with it? And so this is a cool Necron release for me. And I don't want a Necron army, but I can see having these little units here and there and having fun painting them up. Because I feel like they're kind of easy from one side, and you get to focus on the details, which will be fun to do. This terrain too. Look at this. The Necron warriors being awoken from their tombs. This is pretty cool. I think you've got to admit that. If you are at all a 40k fan and have any inclination to like a little bit the lore of the Necrons, this stuff has got to have some people salivating. Let's jump to the next one. Next up is the reveal that has got me a little excited because there are some units I'm going to be picking up from this one. That is the Champions of the First Founding. First up on the chopping block, Salamanders, Vulcan Heastan. I think this is a cool model. If you're a Salamanders fan, congratulations. I'm not a Salamanders player. I'm not a collector of Salamanders, but this is a cool model. I won't be picking it up. But just to point out some interesting stuff here, he's got some relics from his quest to bring Vulcan back. He's got this spear. He's got this dope cloak. He's got this awesome power fist. If you're a Salamanders player, I should say it's a power fist with an underslung flamethrower. I mean, come on. If you're a Salamanders player, I don't know how you don't get a couple of these guys and just play around with it. One for building, for use, and one for just trimming off bits here and there and figuring out some way to kit bash some other stuff. Super cool unit. Look at the paint job that Heavy Metal did too. Some of this really good OSL, subtle on the true metallic metals here. OSL around the base. I mean, really cool. Some volumetric lighting across the leg here, across the top of the chest. Heavy Metal's been doing something extra the last couple of years, and this one is a great paint job by them. Kudos. Moving on. Darnath Lysander. This is a temptation for me. I do actually have an Imperial Fist army that I didn't paint. I got it for a song, and be tempted to throw this guy into the mix on it, or to cook him up as a Black Templar maybe? Who knows? But he looks really good. I dig this cape coming over the back. I could do without the fist here. I understand why it's there, but I might be tempted to try to get it off of there if I were to actually paint him up. Super interesting model for the Imperial Fist. Congratulations to you all. Really like the plating here. This plating is very funny to me as well. This is classic 40k. This first piece of plating definitely does something right. Protects some important entree to vital organs there. This second plate though, what's it doing? Just wait. It's just hanging between your legs, keeping your cape from getting shot up, right? Silly, silly, silly stuff. Classic, perfect 40k. This shield is really cool too. Very, very neat. I do like the piping and wires and stuff stuck into this dude's head. Also rad 40k stuff. So that's a cool helmet to have in the kit. Now this one is one that I am going to have to pick up. Athon Shan for the Raven Guards. I don't have any interest in Raven Guard, but I do have an interest in Space Wolves, and I do have a Space Wolves army, and I do think this guy would be a really cool addition to a Sky Claws unit. So I think I'm going to take him and turn him into a Sky Claw. It's going to require some work on some of the bits maybe to get some of the Raven Guard-y stuff off, but I do think I can change him. I can fix him, as they say. If you're a Raven Guard player, obviously, he's incredible. Congratulations. This is amazing. But I have other designs on him. This head is going to definitely be co-opted for my Dark Angels. This head I don't need. This head I don't need. But that head, Dark Angels, straight away. Very cool. Yeah, this guy is just full on everything. The wings, the feathers, the gnarly huge jetpack, the angling of his armor plating, the huge lightning claws. I could do without the little servo ravens. That's not very interesting to me, but Raven Guard generally is interesting to me, so if you guys dig it, very cool. Even the belt buckle, look at this. Oh, man, the shape of that belt buckle is pretty cool. The draping cloth with his tally marks here. Yeah. Again, let's talk about heavy metals paint job for just a second. A little too much highlighting for me on the edges here. It's just a little too sharp. That's not really the way cloth reflects light. It's nice on the top and on the sides, but that edge right there, it doesn't need to be highlighted as starkly. But look at these wings. I mean, feathers. The subtle blues and purples in here. That is how Raven's feathers look, and that is very, very cool. I actually think this is a miss on the way that Heavy Metal paints Raven Guard generally, or that the official Raven Guard scheme is. Work in more of these colors, right? It doesn't need to be black. Ravens aren't black. Ravens are really chromatic creatures. Make Raven Guard colorful again. That's what I'm saying. Alright, moving on. Caenoch Var. Caenoch Var? I don't know. He is some sort of Iron Hands guy in some Terminator armor with some more of this unnecessary plating hanging and blocking the air behind him. Very, very, very stout boy with this huge power club. I mean, come on now. I do think I may be picking this guy up. I have this little itch in the back of my head. I don't have any Iron Hands characters or army at all right now, but there's something scratching at the back of my mind saying paint Iron Hands. And look at the leg here. Full metallic, robotic, bionic leg with a Terminator plate over the front of it. Bionic hand, bionic head, except for this little pinch of eyeball showing through. Bionic hand. Looks like he's got like one regular human leg. I mean regular as in transhuman leg, right? Maybe a little bit of his skull left, and the rest of this boy may just be replaced. He found his flesh weak, and he fixed that problem. Yeah, this guy is cool. Botan Khan, congratulations, White Scars. You've got your jet bike. You've got a dope Khan leading the preeminent Spear Point Brotherhood. This is really, really cool. I'm most excited about the foreshadowing of this. Are we going to get jet bike unit in 11th edition? And if so, am I going to get Samael again? Because Samael would be really, really cool for me as a Dark Angels player. But this jet bike, really, really cool, especially the front end here. Oh, really, really neat stuff. Gatling gun poking out the bottom. Yeah, they did great with this guy. If you're a White Scars player, let me know. Is this what it's all about? Because it feels like this is what it's all about. I don't really care for the spearheads. What are these called? Combat patrols, right? I don't think they're very good broadly. I mean, no one likes this unit in the first place, this go-kart. Second of all, no one needs any more. Even Salamanders players already have enough Infernus Marines. If you're an Imperial Fist player, are you telling me you don't already have all of these units? Right? I mean, if you're going to start an Imperial Fist army, this is a great box. Don't get me wrong. But if you're already an Imperial Fist fan, you've got these units. Let's be clear. Raven Guard players, I mean, these are all great units for Raven Guard, admitted. So if you're starting a Raven Guard box, a Raven Guard army, this is it. But otherwise, no. Iron Hands, you know what? This might be for me, actually. Only because I actually like these servo turrets as models. And I really do honestly like the heavy intercessor Gravis armor gear. They may have tricked me into this one. Folks, I may have been suckered. We'll see. I won't get it immediately, but it's something I'm thinking about. Dang it. Moving on. White Scars. I mean, this is a cool White Scars box. Don't really know why we went the standard assault intercessors here. I guess just to have a cheap unit that they could throw in there. But this is actually a really cool vehicles box if you like vehicles. So, yeah, maybe I'm wrong. A couple of these actually hit for me. Let's go to the next one. All right, folks. This is the one for me. The Votan provides, and they were right. Old Burry here. Look at this dude. They call him the Thrice Devoured because he was eaten 3 times by Tyranids and jumped out of them every time. He's all jacked up with bionic replacement pieces everywhere. He's wearing this Tyranid like a coat and a hat. I mean, if you're a Votan player and collector, it's silly to call myself a player because I've never played a game of 40k, to be honest, but I have collected a lot of armies, and Votan is one of those. And I'm telling you, this is the stuff for me. This guy looks great. Super thematic, super cool. I'm all about it. Arcanist Evaluator. I actually think this is a pretty rad model as well. Looks like a Mega Man character here to me. Like a bald Dr. Wright. Love this kind of soft-headed helmet, padded helmet. This crazy weapon that's maybe leveraging some Necron technology. I don't know. Very interesting. I like it. Man. This guy. The Memnir Strategist. Especially being an Iron Kin enjoyer. This guy is super cool. He's pulling in the stuff that was tempting to me about Iron Hands, all these tentacles and weird stuff happening, and the stuff I love about Ironkin. And he's got these weird little hands holding his book for him. I say book, it's his tablet, his little iPad here. This is a really, really rad model. Painted super cool by our friends at Heavy Metal. And again, I would like to point out some subtle OSL glow on the bottom of his hands coming off his iPad. It's a little too bright here, given how little is being reflected on these hands here. But there's still some interesting stuff going on here. A little attempt at playfulness by Heavy Metal. The Ironkin Steeljacks. I've heard some folks refer to these as discount Space Marines, and comparing the bottom half of their armor to Phobos armor. I can kind of see it, I get what they're saying, but these are clearly a callback to the Men of Iron. And being that they are Ironkin, makes it perfect for me. These look great. I think it's super cool to have different looking units in the Botan Army. Instead of all squatty, why not give them some legs, you know? Especially if you're going to be bionicle about stuff. Look at these little metal toes. These aren't dwarfs. These are Ironkin, right? They're mixed up in here. And sometimes you're going to be an Ironkin, you're going to need longer legs. Not all the time, but we want to be big like the other things we're facing sometimes. Cool weapon loadouts. This kit is a defo for your boy here. Next, Chthonian Earthshakers. I mean, these are crazy units, right? It's like an inverse cannon. It's pointing towards the ground. It's a mortar that shoots down. They've got a crater that it's blowing into. They're loading the shells with little drills on it. Ironkin, Chthonian Berserkers. Yes, yes, yes. Give me all of it. The Capricus, crazy hovercraft unit, comes in two varieties. Either the transport or the fast attack, I think, is the two different versions we're going to get here. And I've got to say, it's cool. It's really cool. The Jaegers hanging out the back, these big boys in coats, or get your double Ironkin option. More Ironkin options, by the way. Okay, Ironkin are part of the leagues. They're just like everybody else, and we ought to have more of them. This is really cool. I might like to see some conversion with wheels on this. Gotta be honest, the hovercraft component of some of the Botan vehicles, like bikes, doesn't really do it for me. I love the wheels from like the squat trikes, for example, and the Sagittars, etc. So I'd love to see a little bit of a change up on this, and I might try to figure that out myself. But I gotta tell you, the overall structure of these chassis and the guns and the kin on the back, it's just something I'm going to have to get into. Combat Patrol, cool Combat Patrol, very basic. I won't be picking it up. I have plenty of all these units already that I haven't painted yet, but I'll be getting to. But yeah, that is my quick overview of the reveals and the stuff that really jumped out at me, caught my eye, stuff I liked, thought was novel and interesting enough to talk about. Let me know what you think. What in the reveal show did you think was interesting? What are you planning to pick up? What do you want to paint? What do you want to play with? I didn't go over any rules because, frankly, I don't know any of the rules in a way that I could talk about it cogently. So I skipped over all that. I'm just talking about models, talking about paint jobs. Beautiful work on this blade. Come on, Heavy Metal. Someone loved this model while they had it in their hands. You could tell. I love it looking at it. I haven't even touched it, but I want to touch it. I want to paint it. That's it, folks. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'm still trying to hit that mythical 50 subscribers limit so that I can live stream. Other than that, comment below if you've got any interesting takes that you want to share or stuff I should have talked about today. Otherwise, I'm finished.